Um, what's up, YouTube? Miss G is back. 50 Shades of Glow. Welcome. My people over on the Facebook side, my YouTube was having a little issues. So I got to say hi to my YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have some good stuff today. I couldn't even hold back. Have some good stuff. We'll continue to have good stuff. We are talking about what? Burkino Faso. That's one, okay? Captain Ibrahim is doing his thing. We're going to get more into, he is telling them folk, kiss my whatever. He's telling basically Trump to kiss that they not pressed. One of their representatives was talking and said, no matter what Trump got to say, it's not going to affect us because guess what? We're not taking any aid from any of those folks. We're not doing it because it comes with a cost. So I'm loving this. So Burkino Faso is being ready so they don't have to get ready. So obviously they saw this coming and they have not accepted. Kids, how are you? Welcome. They have not accepted any foreign aid, US aid. They like, we good. We good. It's a trap. We good. You won't tell us what to do. I'm loving this. Like I am loving how he getting down. And this country was war torn, everything like that, basically just tossed. So it's so much with Burkina Faso right at this moment. So I have some other great info that is just going to lead in for you to be able to get your citizenship in Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso is not the only African country that wants the diaspora. I don't care what people say. It irritates me. The rhetoric and the brainwashing, and we as Black Americans fall for it. We got to get it together because it's not pretty, and God is not pleased. Like how all of a sudden, like going on a sidebar, I thought it was like fake news when I saw the wildfires at Myrtle Beach. I thought it was just somebody doing something with AI. And then I did see it was like God is not pleased with this country. It's off the hook. And then I don't know, y'all put in the comments if it's true. Why a big behind Royal Caribbean boat capsized? What is going on? What is going on? So anyway, that was just a side note of just how this place is just tripping. But anyway, it runs me up the wall when I hear people saying, "Oh, Africa don't want African Americans in Africa." That is further from the truth on so many levels, right? So even though in this United States of America, KKK in America, um, we are, the smartest. We are the number one consumer. So basically, we fuel this economy of the United States because African Americans are the number one consumers. So we spend the most money, but get paid the least. And everybody just going about their business. So other countries, not just on the continent, other countries really love to see us because of what our value is. So we have resources because since we have had to be 10 times better than the mediocre white person, we come with skills that is beyond and beyond and beyond. And the African continent understands that. And that's why it's such a push um, to invite us over, give us, zero, like little drama citizenship, and it's opportunities galore because since the continent was almost ignored, but not ignored really, because France wouldn't exist if it wasn't Africa. Britain wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Africa. Portugal wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Africa. Because dating back 1800, when they came and onto the land and they saw all of the resources that was on the continent, they took advantage. Then, they pulled us out as free labor and slaves. And basically, the people on the African continent was basically shipped out for free labor to build all of these countries. So, from what I have, what? Yes, I'm calling you after this, girl. So, what I have researched, because we've been doing this since October, talking about all the different countries. Now we're getting deep, deep, deeper dive, deeper dive. And then when December came, after the election, we were talking about Africa, but also not just to travel, but also um, to live. So we started getting more and more into that. And now we're really doing more of a deep, 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 deep dive on certain countries that I thought was important. And especially, this is still kind of the first quarter. Um, this year has started off like off the hook. So I hope that you have some type of plans. You got to have a plan B, unless you just love being like just suffering. If you are African American in this country, really anyone, because the white folks are leaving too, because they're over the so-called American dream that's not there. They are struggling too. And see, the gag is they don't know how to struggle. We do. So we like used to it, okay? But it's just so crazy. But now they're feeling and going through what we've been going through, and they can't handle it at all. They cannot handle it. So, the crazy thing is they're worried about stopping reproductive things or whatever, and you can't get all that stuff. But guess what? I've talked to several white folks, young white folks, and they are deciding not to have a family because they said that they can't afford to buy a house because houses are $500,000 and up, and they don't want to raise their children in apartments. So they're opting out on having kids. That's crazy to me. That's so crazy to me because, back in the day, you went to high school, you went to college, you got married, you had a family. It was never a thought of, should I buy a house or should I have a family? That's just crazy. But I'm going to stay focused. Okay, so today We are talking about Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa. It is bordered by six other countries. Okay. Um, and those countries are Mali, Benin, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. I love saying that. Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Niger. Right. So, um, everyone, hot on Ghana. Everybody knows about Ghana. And Cote d'Ivoire and Abidjan is the place where you just chilling. They got the boats on the dock. They really chilling. And so Togo, Niger, Benin, and Mali, those countries have been, I don't want to say struggling, but they have united with Burkina Faso and Captain Ibrahim Traore. So, for those who don't know who that is the president of Burkina Faso. He is the youngest president in the world, and he is kicking A and taking names, like, and not even blinking. Okay, not he don't crack a smile. He just handling business. So since he has been in office, and it's only been like 3 years, he has cleared the debt that Faso had, and he has gone into these initiatives where Burkina Faso will be self sufficient, starting with aid, U.S. aid. He has told the U.S., kiss my, we don't want it. We good. We don't need your stuff. So he's not taking any aid money from any white folks anymore. And Mali and Niger is jumping on. Keisha, welcome. They are jumping on also as a coalition. They're really, really working together, but Captain Ibrahim is leading the he is setting up the example that other leaders and presidents have been so in the, I guess, used to just the old way of doing things. And when he came into office, there have been a lot of coups, and like we always say, pray for him because they want to take him out because he's not playing by their games. And Mali and Niger told the French, out, get get to stepping, get to stepping. No, we don't want no Air France planes up at our airport. Get out. And the French is like, oh my God, how dare you? He said, I'm serious. And he is not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. So France is really in their feelings about this, and he don't care. And he even said, this is what he said. I wrote this down. He said, France exists thanks to our ancestors. Sit on that for a moment, y'all. Sit on that one for a moment. France wouldn't exist if it wasn't for our ancestors. Portugal wouldn't exist if it wasn't for our ancestors. Britain wouldn't exist, London, or if it wasn't for our ancestors, because they came over, because on the continent, most of the countries, well, they call them countries now, but before they were, who's that? The Hawk, how are you? Sorry, I'm on two platforms, y'all. So I always got to look on my YouTube to see who is checking in. Hey, the Hawk, how are you? Where are you coming out of? So anyway, yes. So All of those countries wouldn't exist if it wasn't for us. They came over. Let me roll back. So what we know as countries now were empires and kingdoms that were run by kings and queens. That is not just a tagline, y'all. Africa had empires. They were run and led by kings and queens. Yes, queens were running empires like back in the day. But then when we was minding our business, we was minding our nice business. Washington State, thank you so much. Welcome. So we were minding our business, and then whoever got lost on the boat found this land, came on, and then came on to the continent and wanted to change up everything, change how we lived every day, the empires, the kingdoms, and they went and took rule, our religion, everything they took and redid. And then in the midst of that, took the resources from the country, the gold, the iron ore, the diamonds. They're still doing it. Okay. The diamonds, the oil, the magnesium, all of that's just sitting in the soil of Africa. And they came over, took it, and then took us to go and build their countries. I'm sorry, you can't get me to spend one dime if I ever flew through Paris. I won't buy a chocolate bar out of the airport. And when I see the Eiffel Tower, I'm not impressed because the French didn't do it. The Eiffel Tower came from the money from Haiti. No one talks about that. And setting up France was on the backs of the Africans. That ended up being Haiti also, but that's who paid for the Eiffel Tower. But we're supposed to just be so excited when we go to France. But anyway, I'm not gonna get on that soapbox. We're talking about Burkino Faso tonight. Okay. And citizenship. So there's many countries, and I'm gonna go through them because what I'm gonna do in these series starting today, I'm glad to be back. I got a story for y'all later, honey. Going through this, going to Africa journey, but it's all good. God is good. God is great. But it was getting kind of thick there for a second. So no, not for a second. It was like a minute, and it's still. But God is great. He gonna work it out. So getting citizenship, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all have been to the continent. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all plan to go this year. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all are planning on repatriating. And you can always download, if you go to Glamlux Travels, download the repatriation guide. I have 2025 travel and repatriation of going to Africa, right? A 1, 2, and 3. Love it. Love it. So getting citizenship. Does anybody in the chat have dual citizenship to any of the countries on the continent? Just put your wave hand whatsoever. So this is going to be some interesting stuff. So I have so much that I was putting together, but I'm going to break it down each day. So we're going to talk about Burkina Faso and their citizenship tonight, but we're going to go over the other countries. Tony, we're going to go over the other countries. So I'm just going to read off the list of countries that offer citizenship to African Americans. And like I was saying before, people want to go with this rhetoric and this narrative that Africans don't want African Americans to come to Africa. Like, if y'all really think about that, it don't even make sense. Okay. We have the US dollar, we have the US passport, we have the skill set. We've had to be 10 times better in whatever we do than the white person. So all we are assets when we come there. So, please, if anyone tries to have that conversation, more than likely they've never been to the continent. So when you find out they've never been to the continent, please stop the conversation right there. I'm learning that. Just stop the conversation and smile and be like, oh, okay. Right. So these are the countries that are offering the citizenship. And then we're going to get into Burkina Faso and what Captain Ibrahim offered this group. I forgot the lady's name. She runs it, but it's a group called ouraddi.org, and it's an organization of it's African Diaspora Development Initiative. I think that's what it stands for. So I was on a call with them the other week, and I believe that the deadline just passed February 25th, but you know how we are. We're always late. So they probably taken more because I know there's another deadline in April, I think, to apply for the citizenship. But Captain Ibrahim is offering the free citizenship to the people that's coming through our the organization is named our OUR, right? OURADDI.org. So he's offering the citizenship to the people that come through there. And I know to join that organization, it's only like $365. I think they were like doing $1 per day. It's $365 for people from the US. But if you live in other brown countries, is less. I'm not liking that part. Okay. And then if you're a student, it's only $50. So, but in this organization is to basically put us together in community to find out more about being a diaspora, moving, doing business, everything like that in other countries, not just Burkina Faso. But let me run off the countries that offer citizenship to African Americans. And we're going to go through each of those countries daily. Today is Burkina Faso, and then it'll be for like the next week and a half because it's like 10, 12. And that's just countries offering citizenship. That's not countries that, we definitely need to go to. So it's really more than that. I know it's more than that. But okay, let me roll them off. Okay, Ghana. Everyone knows Ghana. Ghana has been really pushing that initiative. And I think Ghana was the one that really brought it to life. There were other countries that, the other countries were doing it, but Ghana in 2019, well, they started the initiative actually in 2009, but the year of return was 2019. And when you did, you had to prove that you had some not Kenyan. What country am I in? Some Ghanaian lineage, and you would get the citizenship, and they gave you land. The only thing that you had to do is just pay like administrative fees, but both were free. And that was in 2019, and it's still continuing. But the people that hit it first got the best choice. So that's why I always share with people, don't sit back and wait to see. The early bird gets the worm all the time. And, people that's trying to go and get whatever, the free land, um, the land is, it's not going to be good land or even land probably to build on, because even the land that they gave in 2019 wasn't the best. So you had to kind of prepare the land and set it up. It was a lot of marshland or whatever. So, and now this is what, 6 years later. And many people have tried to, go that route, but it's not the way it was when it first happened. So always try to be the early bird, because the early bird gets the worm. So do not sit back and be like, yeah, yeah. Well, I'll see. This is not the time to see. If y'all haven't decided what y'all want to do, this is not the time to be like contemplating. You should have been contemplating last year, upcoming to the election. But because everything that's gone on, I don't, I would actually have serious anxiety and probably go on medicine if I knew I was staying here for the rest of my life. Like it's scary. It's so scary. So, okay. So it was Ghana. And thank y'all so much for coming on. I'm glad to be back. And like I said, I'm going to have a story for y'all. Oh my gosh. We're going to have some story time after all this said and done. For those who know. Okay. But all right. So it's Ghana, Burkino Faso, South Africa, Sierra Leone, Cushion. My daughter is half Sierra Leone. My first husband was from Sierra Leone. So she has her, she's automatically a citizen of Sierra Leone. She has a Sierra Leone passport. She has a U.S. passport. Gabon, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Senegal, Rwanda, Liberia, and each I could never say this name, Eritrea. Okay, but Eritrea, you got to have a parent that is Eritrean. So that's the list that I have so far, and we'll probably talk about Ghana tomorrow and like all their citizenship requirements. So with Burkino Faso, this was just announced maybe a month and a half ago. Him and, oh my God, it's Her Excellency. I forgot the lady's name. She's very powerful, and she is basically the director over our ADDI, setting up this coalition for the people in the diaspora, dealing with the coming over to the continent and building an investment and doing business over in the continent. So they are setting it up, and at this time, the um, Captain Ibrahim is offering the citizenship, and it's free in a way, but it's not free. It's free, but you also have like administrative fees or whatsoever. So let me see. Her name is yes, Akiana. I'm not even going to destroy it. I'm not going to. The hawk is helping me out. I'm not going to destroy her name. I sat there and listened to it several times, still can't pronounce it. But anyway, she is a powerful woman. And if y'all are in the chat for Africa Awaits, I have shared a lot of her her speeches and everything, and how she just gets into them folks behind. So those are the countries that's offering us citizenship. So Burkina Faso at this moment, to get citizenship there, you have to go through our ADDI, and you can go to their website and get information and reach out. And it's ouraddi.org, and see when their next what is it, Zoom, and the information, and see if they've extended the deadline to join, so you can get, because I believe that would have they plan to do the citizenship by June, May or June. Um, so that's really exciting. The deadline is to apply for the citizenship is in April sometime, I think late April, and you would have your citizenship. Now, with I'm rolling on, yes, Mama Africa, yes. So building on that, okay, so there's different citizenships, and this is what's really important. Everyone that's on this live, okay, y'all joined Africa Awaits for a reason, okay? Y'all are thinking about traveling, or you're thinking about traveling, or locating to, or repatriating to the country, to the continent of Africa, the 54 countries, because it's 54 countries. It's not 4, it's not 10, 54. And Africa is so vast that Kenya, in the country of Kenya, Texas, how big Texas is, can fit in Kenya 2.5 times. But on the globe, they make Africa look so little. Man, the shade. When again, what did he say? He said, France exists thanks to our ancestors. This world exists thanks to our ancestors, because our ancestors built America, our ancestors built France, our ancestors built Portugal, our ancestors built Britain. Let's go on and on and on and on. So it is definitely a time of reckoning. And if we don't take advantage of it, hunty. Now, I want to get y'all even more riled up. We talking about citizenship, and we're like, oh, well, let me tell you who has citizenship outside of the United States. Oprah, Denzel, Samuel L. Jackson, Shaq, Naomi Campbell, Yandy Smith, Usher, Dave Chappelle, Spike Lee, Halle Berry, and Ludacris, and the list goes on. So people are getting positioned, honey, and all of those people on the list got money to sit in the United States and chill and ignore who in office, because they get whatever tax, but they trying to be out of here. They're trying to be out of here, and they know they have options. And I always say, every Black person should have a passport. That just blows me away that people don't have a passport. And I am so non-filtered that I'm scared to ask a person, why you don't have your passport? That's one default. Yeah, we have, that's one default that we privilege that we have being Black in the United States. We have access to the United States passport. That's probably the most powerful pamphlet in the world. People that have traveled internationally, you on the line. I just mess with folk. I be seeing folk on the line when we're going up to the counter, and they're pulling out their passports. I pull out mine, honey. It's that blue passport. Everybody know what it is. And folks stand to attention when they see the U.S. passport. And it's like $150. It's less than $200. You have it for 10 years. What is the excuse? Are you scared to fly? That's the only thing that I would accept. But if you just not into, if I don't have nothing to say to you, if you don't have your passport in 2025, cousin, uncle, fella, I don't know what to say. I'm a loss for words. I'm a loss for words because they trying to really turn in this into a plantation, and it would be sad. Before we didn't have a choice, they just came and took us. But now in today's we have a choice, and if you don't have your passport, you're basically choosing to stay on the plantation. And the plantation is not even going to be like um successful, because just the state, the education, the violence, the economy, the prices, the white folks are trying to get out of here too. I'm out in the field and I talk to a lot of people, and just as many white people say they're they're looking for a place to move to. As black people, we're not the only people that want, everyone's over it. Everyone is over it. So, I don't know what people are hoping for. It's not going to get better. Have the option. Live someplace where it is 60 to 90% less per month. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is just too much simple math. I don't know. You can live somewhere for $800 a month. That's your living expenses. That's not your rent. That's your living expense. Your eating, your rent, your going down the street, you going out on the weekend. That's 1/3 of most of our rent or mortgages. But anyway, so those are some of the people. So let me get more into Burkino Faso. So Burkino Faso, like I said, is landlocked, but it does have a lot of rivers. Okay, a lot of rivers flowing through it and around it and all of that. They started, okay, let's give, because I love to give the history, right? So we could see where we are today. So they started in like the 14th century or whatsoever, like probably earlier than that, as empires. And it was the Masi tribe, the Lobi tribe, and the Garasi. Y'all know how I be destroying names. Tribe. And it was a kingdom. And then in the early 19th century, here come the French. Here come them folk. Oh, hey, how you doing? Let me show you a better way. And the rest is history, right? So they came in and colonized in the 1800s, like they did pretty much everywhere else. And the French went and renamed the darn place. They named it Upper Volta. So, they went with it, whatever, but they did, revolt and then get their independence August 5th, 1960. And then not until 1984. That's probably why you really haven't heard. Has anybody heard of Burkina Faso until like lately? Because I hadn't. And it's blowing up. Like, it's Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim is trending everywhere every day, because he done said, I don't want your aid. His aide said, we don't care what Trump is saying or decide, because it's not affecting us, because we're not taking anything from the United States. And we 91% paid, they achieved 91% of their goal to take care of their people. 91%. He paid off the debt that Burkina Faso owed to any and everybody. So the country is debt free. What? He not taking nothing from nothing. He's like, we good. We good. What we're developing, because we know, you don't have to tell us, that we have resources that no, you're not getting. How about that? No, we don't want no partnership. You're not getting it. I love it. I just love it. I love it. If Burkina Faso, I'm like I say, was on the water, honey. So what I'm saying is, people that are thinking about um repatriating, right? Burkina Faso, it depends. Put in the chat for me. Who is this? Masana Summit, aka Benin Conference. Okay, all right. Please hit me up. I'm going to send you a message on my YouTube. Facebook. I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube. My Facebook Live people, I be getting the deets from my YouTube people. So I have someone that is having a Benin conference in June 2025, and Benin borders Burkina Faso. So I'm telling you, these African nations are rolling like crazy. And since they have us coming over with the American dollar, we acting a monkey fool. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We coming over there with our retirement, our 401k, our investment, our pension, all of that. And the United States not thinking of that. That, yeah, we leaving. And we taking all of our money, investment, all of it. And you're not having anyone to buy your stuff to fuel this country. Child, guess who will be a third world country about 20 years? Let's remember this conversation. Some people told me it'll be 10 years. I'm giving it 20. The United States is imploding. We see it. It's imploding. God is not happy. He's setting fires all over the place. How does Myrtle Beach have wildfires? 20 years. This place will be a third world country. Trust and believe. Trust and believe, y'all. Trust and believe. Hey, Kawana. I destroy names. I apologize, but I appreciate you on. And Bishop, Uncle, I appreciate you on too. So, it was quoted that they said Trump is not affecting them at all because they have refused to take any aid from outside people. Captain Ibrahim has started like develop factories, like they grow tomatoes, so it's tomato processing. He has a car, an electric car. They're keeping that on the low. I wonder why. He has gone into partnership, and it is an African made electric car, and it's not Tesla. Check him out, y'all. Check out Burkina Faso. Follow Captain Ibrahim so you can see why everyone is talking about him. And he is so many other African countries, and the Gen Zs are saying we want a president like Captain Ibrahim, because he's not afraid of the establishment. He's doing what he needs to do for the people. His first concern is the people. He refused to take his purse. He put it back into the government and showed that as an example. So I think the rest of the country does the same so they can help each other build. It's all about Burkina Faso building. So I'm saying that to say this would be a wonderful place. And I have heard him talk about he welcomes so much, almost to begging. Yes, we welcome any, diaspora investors that want to do business, build business, because basically, a place like Burkina Faso is just an open palette for you to, if you're in construction. So let me roll off. What time is it? 9:48. We having an hour of power, y'all. You know the hour of power, and I'm all excited because I haven't been with y'all in like several weeks. So I'm all pumped up. So because people always ask, well, oh, I need a job. You don't get a job. That's one. You don't get a job when you go to Africa. No, no, you don't get a job when you go to Africa. You go there in the power position. You go there empowered. You are an American at the end of the day when you cross the waters. We not may not be respected here in this country, but when we go other places, oh yeah, okay, they know our value. All right, so let me see. What else I got to tell y'all? Debt paid. They refuse U.S. aid. It's in the heart of West Africa. Put in the chat, y'all, if y'all like the beach, like the coastal countries, or tropical. So if you want like Savannah, Burkino Faso's that, if you're not like a beachy person. So this is like a ground level opportunity that I would encourage y'all to get. Now, yeah, so Burkino Faso got ready so they can be ready today. Okay, they got ready a long time ago. So their dry season, just to give you a little geography, is November to April. Then they have a rainy season May to October. What else? La la la. It was something else I wanted to tell y'all. So the Masi tribe is still very big in Burkina Faso, and then they have the Fulani. Fulani is a very well-known tribe throughout like West Africa too. Has anybody done? Because this is, and I will get the proper information. So for those out here, this is very important. I hate to point. This is very important for those out there. Is that if you're thinking about getting citizenship, what they require, some of the countries require a lineage, a certain lineage, right? That you have to have, not just you are African. Okay, obviously we come from an African descent, but some countries want like a specific, like I think Sierra Leone, you have to have the lineage. You just can't be African. So, y'all, I hate to bust some bubbles, but they got us again with the ancestry.com and all that. That's owned by white folk, right? So it's just so funny that every person that does ancestry.com, and y'all put in the chat if y'all done ancestry.com and it's come back that you Nigerian. Everybody I know that's done ancestry.com and one that they said that they're Nigerian. It says that I'm Nigerian, but I'm not. I don't feel akin to Nigeria for whatever reason, and it's no shade, but I just didn't feel comfortable. I was like, how they really know? You know what I'm saying? How they really know? So this is something to write down. So forget about ancestry.com. It is called African Ancestry. That is the trusted one. That is the one that our ADDI suggests to use when you are looking for your your lineage. Do not use the advertised companies, because I just think they just tell us anything and get our money. African Ancestry is the most trusted, just to let y'all know. What else? Okay, so we was talking about the opportunities there. So if you want to still work, right? Um, I tell y'all all the time, we talk about it all the time. Number one, teacher, and you will not have the drama that you have with those kids over there compared to if you're in education in the United States. Oh yeah, it shouldn't even be like a second thought. And in a lot of countries, not just over on the continent, but in a lot of countries, when I travel, I run into people that are teachers, and they are begging for not American, English speaking teachers, because English is like the global language. So if you are in the private schools, if you are in the international schools, um, having an English speaking teacher is like paramount. They have to be, because that's how the kids will communicate, when they get into the world. So, education, then NGOs. Don't sleep on NGOs, y'all. So, anybody that knows about NGOs, they got money. Oh, my goodness. Ah! My phone is shutting down on, oh, goodness, on. Hopefully, I can get them back. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Hey YouTube, I have you on my phone shut down on Facebook Live. Oh my goodness. But anyway, it's going to come back eventually. Oh my goodness. So, NGOs, if anybody, don't sleep on NGOs, because the other folks be coming into the countries on NGOs, like what is it? What is those companies called? Um when you go to help people and all of that. I forgot what the name of it is. Like the Peace Corps and all of that. You think you're doing it for free? No, they ain't doing it for free. You getting paid. Like if you're a project manager, hold on. I am, yeah, you're a project manager. If you can get with an NGO, that pays well. Okay. And hold on, y'all. I am getting back on the live. My phone died. Sorry about that, y'all. My phone died. I apologize. Yes, and thank y'all so much. Hey, people, how y'all doing? Thank you. Yes, so NGO. Then, if you're into mining and natural resources, of course, finance and banking, since it is an emerging country and entity, they will need bankers, finance. Like Burkino Faso is right at the it's a clean slate that you can come and set up, and they are looking for Captain Ibrahim is open and looking for the people in the diaspora, because they know that we know our stuff. Healthcare, doctors, nurses, all of that stuff, and agriculture, because since it is, inland, they do a lot of farming. So, all of those things, right? So, let me get into the crops because the hour's almost up. All right. Cost of living for one person, city center. Okay. City center. I'm still trying to get on what's the name. City center for one person, cost of living is $750. That's your cost of living for the month. That's your cost of living. So let me break this down. Let me go try to get my people back on. Yeah. So, oh man. Oh goodness. Can't start it back. Okay. Well, let me see. It's not working. I'm sorry. We're due tomorrow. Okay. So, um, one bedrooms in the city center in Burkino Faso, real nice. Usually, when you're in the continent, your apartment may come furnished and have some staff with it. Like a housekeeper that comes in, but it's $400. But if you live a little bit out of the city center, it's about $200 a month rent. Some places you're required to pay like a year in advance. So what? 200 times 12 is what, 2400, and you're done paying rent for the year. A family of four is your family of four is right about $1,800. And this is all in. This is utilities, everything like that, food, transportation, living expenses. Food is, if you go out to a restaurant, it's under $5. And transportation, you get on a little boda or whatever, is like 33 cents for one way, and up to, if you want a car or have what is it, if you want to do like a Uber or something like that, it could be as much as like $2 or something like that. So what else, what other good stuff we got going on? So yes, sorry. So if anyone, like I had mentioned before, I don't know if people had got on, if you want um, a uh, a breakdown over 12 months, if you have like a 12-month um, timeline, uh, definitely, I believe it's in, I'll link it in the description box of getting going back home, and it is a step by step 12-month guide to repatriation to the continent. And really, it could be used for anything else. So definitely get that. And what else? Anybody have any questions? I want to thank y'all for jumping on. And also my YouTube people, we are doing a scout trip to Ghana October. Um, we've had the we're partnering with, it's called BTN. It's Black Travel Network, and we're doing Ghana in October, Seychelles, I believe December, and then Botswana in March. All those places are definitely fabulous. So definitely hit me up, send me a message if y'all are interested in going to that. I want to thank all of y'all for being part of the Hour of Power, because we are talking about traveling and going to the motherland, Africa, so we can keep our mental sanity, so we can live. See, this is what the American dream is all about. Today is to make our money here and go live abroad. That is the real American dream. So think about that. I hope y'all understood what picked up what I was putting down. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. We are going to talk about the popular Ghana and get into their citizenship, the history of Ghana, so you can appreciate it more, and their citizenship requirements and what you need to do. But I hope everyone has their passport. Renew your passport. If it's under like a year old, renew that passport and get ready to get out of here, because it's funky. It's funky. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. This is Miss G, 50 Shades of Glow on Facebook. Definitely join Africa Awaits Travel and Repatriation, and get the repatriation and travel guide right down in the description box. Y'all take care. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.